Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today let's go with this topic. I am going to share with you the different tips on how to meet COI and non-COI or NCOI in the PMS 2025. So disclaimer lang po, I'm not that really expert. Meron pa rin talagang mga ibang suggestion na pwede ninyong ilagay po dito, no? Especially yung mga ibang educators, mga supervisors, master teachers, head teachers, school heads na pwede pa nilang idagdag sa mga ideas na nandito po. So, let's start. Okay, so yung una po is mga classroom observable. So, kung tayo po ay hindi pa na-observe kasi according to the PMS cycle naman, so last week is the orientation, and then ngayon po is, or kaya last week or this week or and next week are the days na pwede tayo mag-start ng ating classroom observation. So, ito po yung mga COI or Classroom Observable Indicators po. So, number one, objective, apply knowledge content within and across curriculum teaching area. So, pareho pa rin naman to, no, nung mga previous objective number one natin. So, applying the knowledge of our content of our subject, no, within and across curriculum teaching areas. Ngayon, kung hindi pa rin talaga tayo familiar with this, meron tayong mga rubrics dito actually. So like this one, this is the rubrics for proficient teachers, teachers 1 to 3. So ito yon sa number 1. Meron ditong teaching applies high level of knowledge if we want to get the 7. Okay, so if yung target natin. Then, pedagogy that creates a conducive learning environment that enables an in-depth and sophisticated understanding of the teaching and learning process to meet individual or group learning needs within and across the curriculum. So, ano ba yung mga dapat na feature natin dito, na practice natin mga teacher dito, no? Applies extensive knowledge of the content beyond her or his specializations. Okay? The teacher also motivate the learners to investigate content areas that expand their knowledge and satisfy their curiosity. So, beyond our areas. Say, for instance, ako yung sa akin dito, ginamit ko dito is, since is a master teacher, halos pareho lang din naman yung ating chapter 1, objective 1, within and across the curriculum. Ang ginawa ko doon, I'm teaching the architectural structure of networking, yung step-by-step niya or the leveling of networking, that if the other or the third layer is gone, what will happen, what will be the effect of the whole architectural structure. Hinambing ko siya, no, with the architectural structure ng ating human body. What if the kidney is gone? What if the heart malfunction, the brain, and so and so. So, hindi naman sa yun talaga yung particular example, but then I've expanded the knowledge of my learners na yes, what if this one happens. So also they will take good care of how they handle the networking, because there is this architectural structure that if one level is gone, other levels will get affected. Okay, just lang naman yung idea po na yun, no? Okay, so in number 2, ensure positive use of ICT to facilitate the teaching and learning process. So, nandito po yan sa PPST 1.2. Ayan, sa ito po, ang indicators nito, ang rubrics po nito, pag number 7, yung the teacher models the positive use of ICT in all ICT-based learning activities. Gaya ng what? Okay, paggamit ng multimedia platform. And etiquette and responsible in social media interactions. For example, if you had a topic like bullying, something like that. So, integrate natin sa social media platforms, and then like magbigay tayo ng mga reminders and how to be safe online, for not to be bullied, something like that. Okay, if in our subject naman na science, we have to manage using multimedia platforms. When we say kasi multimedia, it includes the audio, visual, and the writings, the graphics, okay? And so hindi lang siya particularly all about applications. Okay? When we say multimedia in all parts of medias. Okay? So it could be an audio sa Spotify. Yeah. It could be a video only. Okay? It could be text writing. Okay? Yung nababasa lang natin. And it could be in any other form. Okay, responsible interaction in the social media. So we can really integrate our what it's not really that we're utilizing a certain application, but in just sort of giving examples or instances, okay, that we use to do this, address the issues such as plagiarism, cyberbullying, and so sa math natin, for example, if you get the idea of this, if you get the idea of not and of a certain text or a certain idea, and then we're not mentioning, or what you call this, hindi natin na papakilala, no, na authorized, or hindi natin na bibigyan ng acknowledgement yung author, that's plagiarism and all. So depende, no, sa ano natin, sa pagbibigay. Kung 6 naman, the teacher appropriately give credits to the sources. Yan. Yung acknowledge natin sila to the sources. Okay, this one is from the book of Like This and Like That. Okay, next, yung objective number 4, okay, use range of teaching strategies that enhances learner achievement and literacy and numeracy skill. So, ito na naman po tayo, no, sa literacy and the numeracy natin. So, according to our rubrics, if we got 7, meaning na-integrate daw po natin well-connected teaching strategy that promotes individual and group learners and critical literacy and critical numeracy skills. So, ano yung pinakita natin dito? Anong features natin dito? Activities. Yan. That enhances and support learners' higher level of literacy or numeracy skills, such as significant part of his or her instruction. Okay? So, literacy and numeracy. It's either we let the student read, we let the student explain, so we could the construction of sentence, ayan, or if we read, if yung mga bata ay nakakabasa na. So in numeracy, if we let the children like enumerate how many parts, yan, how many parts of the body are in the digestive system, we have 4. So can we mention 4? Number 1 is like this and like that and like that. Okay, and many more numeracy skill. Like for example, in my subject computer system, we study, of course, binary, something like that. So I could integrate that in other lessons, in other lesson parts of my activity. So also in integrating the different parts of the system unit, so I could also integrate numeracy and of course literacy skill by enumerating and familiarizing all the parts of the computer system. So that's for objective 4. How about 5? Effective use of verbal and nonverbal classroom communication strategies that support the learner's understanding, participation, and engagement. Yan, engagement and achievement. So ano naman po yung dito indicators? Para ma-feature ito, para makuha yung 7, dapat na-feature ni teacher yung classroom practices that promote open communication. So, follow-up questions, no? Between the learners and teachers, among the learners with the peers. So, of course, social interaction. When we discuss a topic, syempre na-integrate natin ito sa iba pang topic, and then at the same time, collaboration. Okay, participation, and then engaging follow-up questions. What ifs? Yeah, we're asking like real life situation. So what if this one will happen to you? What do you think will what will you do? Okay, what do you think with your um response from this, something like that. Also, in different scenarios in math and science, we ask real life situation. Have you experienced increasing or decreasing of this particular um subject, something like that, or particular part of the house? If you decrease this one, have you observed what do you think will happen? Okay, how about if you increase this, like that? No, mga critical questions, or that will really measure the hearts, no, of our learners. Next, how about the indicator 6? Maintain supportive learning environment that nurture and inspire learners to participate, cooperate, and collaborative and continue learning. Okay, so tingnan natin naman sa ating rubrics. Ano yung mga kailangan i-feature ng teacher? Construct carefully in structured group in which learner engage and experience that clearly reflect all elements of cooperative learning. So mainly this one is in the part of the activity. Okay, routinary activities or activity at the end of the lesson, or activity if you use strategies like collaborative learning. Okay, because in collaborative learning, although you're discussing the lesson, you are also integrating group activities, and pwede natin ito ditong mailagay yung group activities. So we have assessing the learning and facilitating the learning at the same time. All right, so let's go to 6. Apply range of successful strategies that maintain learning environment that motivates learning to work productively by assuming responsibility of their own learning. So, yung sila nito, no, the teacher is able to create learning environment that sustains learner active engagement and self-motivation. Okay, so more on particular or practical activities, practical questions based on real life situation. Okay, so itong 8 and 9 yung pinaka main issues talaga, no, no, kung saan nagkakaroon talaga ng like issues among the teachers. Number 8, design, adapt, implement teaching strategies that are responsive to learner with disabilities, giftedness, and talent. So, tandaan po natin ha, design. So, meaning, within a period of classroom observation, we're able to design, no? We were able to adapt and we're able to implement, because kahit na naka-lesson plan tayo, we don't really know what will exactly happen during our classroom observation. So at the in our during our class observation, we used to like see things na hindi talaga, I mean, unexpected, no? So as a teacher, we should plan ahead, no, or design ahead na if this one will arise, yan, we have new strategy, new things na pwede natin ipagawa. Like for example, yung disability, no? Hindi lang naman disability like yung pagsasalita or mentally disabled and all, no? A learner could be disabled also. I mean, has a disability in what? For example, visually impaired. Ayan. Yung hearing niya rin, no? Impaired. Ano pa? Siguro during that time, nakaka-experience siya ng emotionally yan, unstable siya. Okay? So, yung giftedness naman, mabilis mag-solve ng math. Ayan. Mabilis maka-acquire ng knowledge. Yan. Mga fast learner. Ayan. So, ano bang gagawin natin dito? Nakuha niya na agad yung activity. Hindi pa natin pinapagawa. Or may time-bounded yung ating activity, pero wala pa yung time, tapos na siya. Ayan. Or nabigay niya na yung hinihingi mo, pero yung karamihan hindi. So, what will you do? What will you do during that situation? You will have another activities, no, na pwede mong ibigay din sa kanila as fast learner students or talented students. Sa disabilities naman, you can be like, oh, mami, hindi ko po nakikita, I can see. So, you will abruptly call the attention and then let them sit in front na lang, no? Para ito ay mabigyan mo ng mabigyan natin ng attention. Ayan. So, ayun yung mga situations like that. And then in number 9, plan and deliver teaching strategies that are responsive to special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances, including geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement, disasters, child abuse, and child labor practices. Okay, so this one, wala tayong ganito. For example, nasa Metro Manila kasi tayo, nasa ganito kasi tayo, may mga circumstances, no, na tayo rin nakaka-experience na hindi natin to na-implement, no. But then, since nandito to, kailangan natin talagang mag-plan. Okay? So, meaning nasa lesson plan natin ang if. Okay? So, may mga remarks siguro na ilalagay tayo, plan and deliver. It's not hindi yan sinasabi na no, na plan or deliver. So we have to plan as a lesson plan and we have to deliver also like actually mentioning, no? So for example, during your attendance, nagsabi ka na who are absent and then na-mention mo yung absent. I know that person. Nag-chat sa akin siya, hindi siya makakapasok because he's experiencing sickness, like yung uso ngayon na dengue siya, okay, or and so, but I assured him that he's going to take modules so that makakopa siya na lesson, something like that. Nag-chat din sa akin, nakalipat sila yung bahay, pero nagkaroon ako ng ganitong intervention. Okay? So, medyo malayo kasi yung bahay nila, kaya nagkakaroon siya ng absences paroon pa rito. Something like that, no? Nasasabi natin during activity or during the part of the lesson. Hindi naman all the parts, no? Hindi naman sa lahat ng parts. Kahit konting parts lang dun sa lesson plan natin na deliver natin yung ganitong mga circumstances. Kasi for sure, meron naman nagkakasakit sa mga estudyante natin. For sure, may lumilipat from other school or from other city, no? For sure na merong disaster, hindi ko naman sinasabing sure, no? Baka lang may mag-acquire or parang may mangyari, something will happen, no? Baka may ganun lang tayong mga circumstances. Pwede nating may apply ito. Pero kung wala naman talaga, you have to at least write, no, an annotation to this one. Or kayo nang bahala po ng inyong rater kung ano po yung pwede nating i-apply po dito. Huwag natin talagang ipilit na magkasakit ng bata. Huwag natin ipilit na merong ganito, no? Kasi nakalagay mo dito sa ating ding rubrics para ma-attain natin itong number 9. Ayan, the teacher demonstrate wider understanding of educational ability of individual's learner. Ayan, kung paano matututo ang bata, kung paano maipagpapatuloy yung pag-aaral ng bata in spite and despite of mga circumstances na nangyayari. Ano yung educational strategies respond to individual or group of learners with background na may ganito. Feel equally involved. No? So, titingnan natin yung mga ganitong bagay. Alright, so if you have more questions about the classroom observable indicators, please don't forget or don't hesitate to comment down on this video because on our next topic, we will be discussing naman the non-observable indicators. So, by the way, in the highly proficient teachers, yan, ito naman po yung sa atin, 4 lang yung ating classroom observable indicators, no? Yung nga din, yung wide and across the curriculum, the ICT, teaching, display wide range and effective verbal and non-verbal classroom, yung sinabi na rin natin kanina. And then, itong model successful strategies, no? Andito rin po yan. Meron din tayong indicator, rubrics po dito, no? Sa number 4, successful strategy. Nakapag-promote tayo ng sense of pride to the learners. Okay? Monitor their own progress. Strive to meet the challenging goals. Ayan naman po yung sa atin. So, ayun lang po. Next time po, next video po natin is the non-classroom observable indicators. Thank you very much everyone. God bless and kaya natin yan mga teacher.